Good evening, viewers. This is English News Broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. It's 10:30 p.m. Thursday, November 18. I'm the reporter Mira Johannes with your daily updates, and here's a rundown of the top stories we're covering. Message of condolences on passing away of Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said. Nationals abroad send messages of condolences. Global COVID-19 cases and death toll. Massive floods and landslides devastate parts of British Columbia. And now we proceed to the details for the local news. Ambassadors, charge d'affaires, consuls, members of the diplomatic corps, as well as heads of UN offices in Eritrea are expressing condolences to the people and government of Eritrea on the passing away of Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said, Secretary of the People's Front for Democracy and Justice. The members of the diplomatic community and the UN expressed their condolences during the signing of the Book of Condolences that is opened at Denden Hall in Asmara. Eritrean nationals residing in Riyadh and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, as well as Germany, sent messages of condolences at the passing away of veteran fighter Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said, Secretary of the People's Front for Democracy and Justice. At the program conducted in memorial of the veteran fighter on November 15 in Riyadh, in which hundreds of Eritreans attended, Ms. Wayne Garazgiher, charge d'affaires at the Embassy of Eritrea in Saudi Arabia, presented a short life history of the veteran fighter Al-Amin Mohammed Said. Participants on their part expressing deep sorrow at the passing away of the veteran fighter Al-Amin Mohammed Said expressed readiness to implement the trust of the fallen heroes by reinforcing their participation in national affairs. In related news, Eritrean community in Dammam, as well as members of National Union of Eritrean Women branch in eastern Saudi Arabia, expressing deep sorrow on the passing away of veteran fighter Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said, renewed their pledge to strengthen contribution in the implementation of national drives. Likewise, at the program, the Office of Consul General and Eritrean Community in Jeddah organized on November 17 in memorial of veteran fighter Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said. The nationals have renewed their pledge to strengthen participation in realizing the trust of the fallen heroes. Similarly, expressing deep sorrow on the passing away of veteran fighter Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said, the National Committee of Eritrean Communities in Germany expressed condolences to the Eritrean people, families, and friends. We also have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 21 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests is carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central, southern, and Ansaba regions. Out of these, 17 patients are from quarantine centers, 8, and testing stations in Gajara 2, Tiravolo 1, Hajj Adi 1, Godaif 1, Villaggio 1, Ma'akal Katama 1, Mehram Chira 1, and Paradiso 1 from the central region. 3 patients are from quarantine centers in Mandafra 2 and Ad-Khwala 1, southern region. The last patient is from a quarantine center in Karan, Ansaba region. On the other hand, 9 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in central region have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. Sadly, an 83-year-old patient from the central region has passed away due to the pandemic. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 6,915, while the number of deaths has risen to 53. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 7,112. Ministry of Health, Asmara, November 18, 2021. The Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare reported that over 468,000 NAFA has been contributed to augment the Martyrs Trust Fund. According to the report, Eritrean Orthodox Toharu churches in the US and Canada have contributed 449,250 na'fa to bolster the Martyrs Trust Fund. The Eritrean community in Hamburg and its environs, Germany, have also contributed 19,000 na'fa for similar purposes, the report added. Stay with us. We'll be back with the international news after this short break. Welcome back. The total number of global COVID-19 cases has exceeded 255.7 million today, as the death toll amounts to 5.1 million. And the total number of recovered patients has increased to more than 231.1 million. This is according to world meters. The United States remains the worst-hit country with more than 48.2 million cases and more than 787,000 deaths. This is also according to the latest data released by the Johns Hopkins University. India has recorded a total of 34.4 million COVID-19 cases, Brazil 21.9 million, and UK 9.6 million cases, respectively, for variants of the virus, namely Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta pose the greatest public health peril so far to the world. More than 100 countries have found the variant of COVID-19, and the proportion of the Delta variant has exceeded 50% in over 90 countries. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said his government is doing everything it can to support the people of British Columbia through this difficult time. Trudeau told reporters today in Washington ahead of a U.S.-Canada-Mexico summit that Ottawa is sending hundreds of Air Force personnel to aid the recovery, and there are thousands more on standby. The death toll from massive floods and landslides that devastated parts of British Columbia is set to rise, with the Canadian province declaring a state of emergency on Wednesday, and the federal government promising major help. Authorities have confirmed one death after torrential rains and mudslides destroyed roads and left several mountain towns isolated. At least 3 people are missing. Some 18,000 people are displaced in the Pacific Coast province. The disaster could be one of the most expensive in Canadian history. The Shenzhou 13 astronauts are in good physical and mental condition after 1 month's stay in China's space station as they continue to conduct experiments and participate in scientific activities on the space station. The mission crew, comprising of astronauts Zai Zigang, Wang Yaping, and Yi Gangfu, has been doing a commendable job in the time since they launched from Earth on October 16 to construct the Tiangong space station. To ensure a comfortable 6-month stay at the space station, engineers for the Shenzhou 13 have installed and equipped many useful designs and facilities at the Shenzhou 13 spaceship. The 6.5-hour mission further tested the functions of the China-developed new generation extravehicular spacesuits, the coordination between the astronauts and the mechanical arm, and the reliability and safety of supporting equipment related to the extravehicular activities. Following is a recap of tonight's major headlines. Message of condolences on passing away of Mr. Al-Amin Mohammed Said. Nationals abroad sent messages of condolences. Global COVID-19 cases and death toll. Massive floods and landslides devastate parts of British Columbia in Canada. That's all from us for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.